I'm David DaVinci. I started Magic at 6 years old, and it's literally taken me around the world. I put together a series of how to do magic tricks so that you can pursue your dreams in the world of illusion. Hello, I'm David DaVinci, and you're watching the third episode of DaVinci TV. Right now I want to show you a card trick that can be done impromptu. It can be done with a brand new deck of cards. You don't have to preset anything, and literally this is one of my favorite tricks. I've been performing it for years, different variations of it around the country, around the world, in restaurants and close-up shows alike. Here's how it goes. You take out a deck of cards, or you borrow a deck of cards, you have the card shuffled, and you go through and you ask somebody to select a card. They pick their card. Now, I don't want to know what it is yet. Now, you have it. It's placed on top of the deck of cards is cut. There's no way that I can know what your card is, but I'm going to find it right now. Watch. So I go through and find your selected card. Let's see, the 10 of diamonds. Of course, that wasn't it. So here's what you do. You place the card on the table. We don't have a table, so I'm going to place it right there. Perfect. Go through the rest of the cards. Say, okay, give me a second chance. Is it a red card? I guess it wasn't. The 10 of spades, is that your card? The people say, of course not. And this is where you grab the card back from them to reveal that the first card actually was, in fact, their selected card. This works very well if you can take that card, you've shown it previously not theirs, you place it in their hand, they turn their hand over, and they're blown away to find out that it really is their signed card. Now here is how to do it. So here's how to perform that amazing card trick. You can use any playing cards for this. I prefer to use a deck that's a little bit more new as opposed to one that's really worn out. It just makes the trick a little easier. There is a little bit of sleight of hand that you're going to learn, and like I said earlier, this is truly one of my favorites. I literally have performed it all over the world. In fact, as I film this, I'm sitting in Coney Island, New York, and just filmed this exact thing for a TV spot this morning at 5 a.m. I might add, but so here's how this works. As the cards are being shuffled, I take a quick peek when the cards are squared up at what the bottom card is. In this case, it's the 9 of spades. That doesn't matter what card it is, but that information, you knowing the bottom card, this is called a key card. It lets you know that, well, when you see that card again, that it's going to be right next to their card. Let me explain. As you go through and you have them pick out a card, in this case it was the 10 of clubs, they show it to everybody. You don't want to see it or it wrecks the trick. They place the card on top, you give the cards a cut, and as you give them a cut, your 9 of spades is getting put right on top of their cards. Now here's something cool with this. You can have them do as many single cuts as you want. That's a single cut. You cannot have them do this. All right, very important. If there's 3 cuts or more, it wrecks the trick. So single cuts, they can do this all day long, and no matter what, your 9 of spades, your key card, is always going to be right next to their selected card. So what I do is I push over one extra. I say, okay, I'm going to go through the cards, and all I'm looking for is my 9 of spades. I see that their card's a 10 of clubs, and I just push one more card on top, cut the cards, and say, hey, was that your card? When they say no, here's the move. I simply place the card on the table, but in reality, that is their card. Now, it looks a little better here than it did on the demonstration just because I'm able to use the table, but this is how that move works. Again, so you understand how to get their card to the bottom just by going through using your key card. This move is called the glide, or as I like to call it, the DaVinci slide. You grab the deck like this between your index finger and thumb, and you're going to hold it, about 3/4 of the way up the deck. Your lower 3 fingers are going to do all the work as your thumb and index hold tightly. Your lower 3 are going to just slide that bottom card away as your open palmed right hand does this. It just slides what they believe to be the bottom card, which in reality is then their card. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Like from the top, it looks like this. And that's the move. Okay, from an exposed view, looks like this. Okay? So that is called the glide. Now here's a couple of things that you can do with this trick. Their card is the 10 of clubs. And you say, oh, is this your card? They say no. You say, okay, let me put this card in your hands and imagine somebody's hands holding that card. Say, I'm gonna try to find it again. Was your card the 4 of diamonds? No, that wasn't it. What was your card? They tell you, and you have them turn over their hands to reveal that they've actually been holding their card the entire time. Okay, so here's a couple of key points on the DaVinci slide, or is otherwise called the glide. When you do the move, make sure that if their card, if you say, hey, is the 4 of diamonds your card, you execute the move, make sure they don't see that bottom card again, or they're gonna realize that you just did the switch. Part of the benefit of this illusion, if you'll call it that, is that they think they see their card and they're holding it the entire time. And the time delay is what really sells the trick, because they forget what move you did to make it happen. They don't care, they just saw you put their card in their, the other card in their hand, and all of a sudden you realize, wow, okay, that's their card. So key thing, make sure they never see the bottom card after they believe they put it in their hands, okay? Another thing, as they're shuffling the cards beforehand, if you don't happen to see what the bottom card is, don't worry. You can always glance at it. Now, I say glance very specifically. You do not want it to be an obvious look like that. That was too much. But as I'm shuffling the cards, I know right there, the bottom card now is the king of clubs. So keep in mind, you can take the cards back, give it an extra shuffle real casually, and now again, just with that casual movement, I know the bottom card's the 2 of diamonds. It's very easy to peek and find a key card. So with this, good luck. This is truly one of my favorite tricks. Enjoy it, practice it, and make that move perfect before you go out and show your friends. If you're interested in finding more magic tricks, subscribe to my videos or go to www.david-davinci.tv. Thanks for watching.